State law says Ohio's medical marijuana program must be up and running by September 8th. Well, that's not going to happen. After a permitting process plagued by problems, the state this week announced it will not meet that deadline. It has fallen way behind on inspecting marijuana growing facilities, and all the Miracle-Gro in the world won't have the plants ready to harvest marijuana by the end of summer. And Fisher, the saying in the cornfield is knee-high by the 4th of July. What's the saying in the greenhouse for marijuana growers?
The buds aren't ripe yet. I'm telling you, I don't know what they were thinking. I mean, 2 years ago when things got off on such shaky ground right off the bat, you know, anybody who understands agriculture knows that this is going to be complicated to get going, and why the state of Ohio refused to look at best practices in other states, I'll never understand. Why they split it up between 3 different agencies, I will never understand that. They still don't know, the left foot doesn't know what the right foot's doing. They still had complaints at the latest meeting of this commission from people on the commission saying, why do we have to read about it in the paper that it's not going to be ready until September 8th? That's a signal, that's a symptom of a much deeper problem with this. And they're saying it's really a matter of weeks and maybe a few short months before they do get going. Well, I just find that hard to believe. I think it's going to be a lot longer than that.
Is it just the state's fault? Because they sort of implied that the growers haven't been ready. The one inspection they had, Jesse's, they failed. The grower failed the inspection.
So I think it is a combination of factors. I think, like Ann was saying, there are multiple different agencies that have been delayed in getting out some of these licenses as offers to cultivators and dispensaries. But I also spoke to one of the larger marijuana cultivators in Yellow Springs in Southwest Ohio, and he said they broke ground in December, and it was a wet and a cold. We were all here for the Ohio winter this year, and so they are, you know, further behind than they planned on being at this point. So I do think there are multiple factors, but when you're already kind of behind on rolling it out, if you have any little hiccups with the weather, it just, you know, becomes that much more problematic.
Both the state and the growers have some responsibility for being late. The state, however, does not have the typical stoner excuses of, I lost my car keys, I had to stop to buy Doritos, and I know I have that paperwork here somewhere.
Right.
The state's got more explaining to do, I think, than the growers.
They didn't even do the math right when they scored them. It's like, really? Nobody double-checked your math? Every step of the way, like Ann said, there were problems, and it's.
So are these rookie mistakes, Sandy, or are these inherent problems, or some conspiracy theorists think that they deliberately put the brakes on this to delay it?
I think the way we structured it is insane. A lot of states that are already in the business and do both recreational and medical, they made a lot of mistakes, and we could learn from those mistakes. I don't know why we didn't. I have no idea why we structured it this way, but hopefully somebody will fix it.
The dispensary list came out this week. 5 places will be able to sell marijuana with a prescription in Columbus. Any surprise on the locations? They're spread around the city pretty well. One on the east side, one on the west side. Couple.
I think they
One
have
by-
to
one
spread
by
them
the
around.
casino.
Yeah. You can get a headache when you lose a lot of money.
Part of the regulation was these had to be in certain zones all the way across the state so that not all of them were clumped in Cleveland or down in Cincinnati. And so that was part of the design to make sure these were accessible to patients across the state.
But there's nothing to put in them yet, so too bad for the people who might be, you know, get the prescriptions and can't avail themselves of it.
Mark, you've watched politics for a long time. How long is it before pot is completely legal in Ohio?
It's hard to say. We can't forget that it's still illegal as a matter of federal law, which is going to create court cases about conflict of law between state and federal law. So obviously other states are further out ahead of us on that. So part of this is going to be watching the courts to see whether they will allow federal law to be essentially ignored in those states where it's become legal.
Do you think that eventually, like casino gambling, you just knew it was a matter of time before casinos got here?
Well, it was clear that medical marijuana was going to come. The polling had been getting stronger all the time. The polling is moving much more slowly on the notion of recreational marijuana, and we're seeing states like Colorado starting to see some problems because of their leap into it. And so other states like Ohio are probably being more cautious.
Cindy, does the problems with getting this system started help the recreational marijuana effort, or does it hurt the recreational marijuana?
I think it helps. I think the voters will do it before the politicians. Politicians are always so nervous about it, and they see the downside to something like this. But I think people want recreational marijuana, regulate it,
I think when it gets to the tipping point, you know, and I agree, the numbers are creeping more slowly than it did for medical marijuana, but they are creeping upward, you know, with every new batch of 18-year-olds. We have a new batch of voters that are for it. But I think that it's going to hurt them in the long run because the voters are not going to trust them next time to do things the right way through the state government. The voters are going to take it into their own hands. I don't think they trust them.
But Jesse, what if it, you know, say it's only delayed a couple months, they get it going, it's working well, the folks who need this medicine get it, they rave about how it's helped them, there's really no problems from this point on. You can say,
Yeah.
look, we done it, the people who need marijuana have it, we don't need to have everybody have it.
So I do think, well, no one's going to give Ohio an A+ for this effort. A lot of other states have been delayed. Like you said, we could have learned from those efforts, but it's not surprising, perhaps, for those who've been watching this roll out that this wasn't going to happen on time. We even spoke with a woman whose daughter has epilepsy and was just like, I kind of saw this coming. So yes, I think it's a credibility problem, but also will a ballot initiative group be able to take it on? I think it really depends on who's involved in the ballot initiative group. We saw issue 3, you know, go down soundly because people didn't like the way it was worded. So it really depends on the group.